Welcome to the castle, everybody. This is Nightsaber Z42, and this is Character Vault, a series where I go through the entire character creation process in various RPG systems, and today, well, we're actually taking another look at Metro Otherscape, but we're going to be using the options in Tokyo Otherscape this time around. Also, my process is going to be a little bit different. It's not going to be quite so rapid, but it's definitely not going to be the custom that we've seen in a previous video. First though, let's take a look at the new options in Tokyo Otherscape. What kind of character tropes do we have? Well, for Assassins and Spies, we have the ghostly Kami burglar, the Zaibatsu double agent, the tattooed Yakuza recruit. For Cybernetic Junkies, we have the creator of Cyberlife, fully immersed gamer, and otaku harnessing console modder. For Cutting Edge Techies, we have the Solar Power Technician, Mecha Pilot, and Tezuma Illusionist. For the Everyday Survivors, we have the Fed Up Salaryman, Unwitting Nanotech Wielder, and Vengeful Yokai Hunter. For Hired Guns, we have Oni Motorcycle Courier, Wealthy Violence Tourist, and Wandering Neo Samurai. For Mystics and Occultists, we have the Enlightened Child, Sailor Suited Summoner, and Tamahagane Swordsmith. For Noir Anti-Heroes, we have the Onryo Haunted Bartender, Onmyoji Inspector, and Retired Nanobutai Trooper. For Power Players, we have the Kitsune Power Broker, Clerk of the Demon Courts, and Cyber Onsen Operator. For Scavengers and Outlanders, we have the Maedo Yamabushi, the Tower Looter, and the Shrine Seeking Monk. For Subculture Exemplars, we have the Tainted Yokai Worshipper, Hanko Enthusiast, and Toge Street Racer. And finally, for Transhumans, we have the Awakened Synth Companion, Digitized Kami, and the Imperial Clone. So instead of choosing one of the tropes as our character for this time around, I'm actually going to be choosing a few theme kits and mashing them together into my own unique trope. I actually like this method of creating a character in the Otherscape series because it gives you a little bit more customization than the rapid character creation affords you, but it's not super duper detailed as the custom is, and it doesn't take nearly as much time to figure out as well. So the new theme kits that we have in Tokyo Otherscape include the Budo Practitioner, the Bushi Aspirant, Claim Birthright, Cleanse the Past, Harmonious Leader, Kenjutsu, Nanite Veteran, Neo Samurai Armor, Otaku, Precious Youth, Yakuza Membership, and Yokai Slayer, and those are in the self themes. For Mythos themes, we have Figurine of Corruption, Hanko Seal Magic, Helpful Ghost, Karmic Decree, Kitsune Charm of Trickery, Legendary Weaponsmith, Oni Mask, Onmyodo, Shikigami, Spirit Form, Tezuma Magic, and Zen-like Peace. And for noise themes, we have Anti-Nanite Gear, AR Gamer, Briefcase Weapon, Enhanced Clone, Eye-Catching Projections, Giant Combat Mecha, Holographic Companion, Kumo Pilot, Laser-Edged Katana, Sundog Suit, Synthetic Body, and Tametabako Plugger. So just like with the custom creation process, the first thing that we're going to do is come up with a character concept. And I feel that that's very important because that gives us a starting point for which theme kits we're going to take. Then we're going to choose our 4 theme kits, including our power tags and our weakness tags, as well as the identity, itch, or ritual that we'll be taking. And then we're going to take our loadout themes and basically figure everything else out, like our name. So what exactly is our character concept this time around? Well, I actually wanted to do something that was a combination of all of the self, mythos, and noise themes into one character. So my character concept this time around is a spirit possessing a robot wandering samurai. Yeah. So obviously, because we're a robot, the first theme I'm actually going to take is Synthetic Body under Noise. This is a cutting edge noise theme. Most, if not all of your body is made of smart plastics, molded biomatter, or ultra-advanced material. A miracle possible thanks to the state-of-the-art level of robotic design and integration in the Tokyo megacity. Not only are you essentially indestructible and require almost no sustenance, you can also replace your arms with tools and attach new devices to yourself. So remember, when we actually pick a theme kit, the actual name of the theme kit becomes our first power tag. So in this instance, it will be Synthetic Body. For the other two power tags, I'm actually going to choose Endure Harm, which I think is very important for defense, especially with a robotic body, and Power Other Devices, which I think would be very beneficial for a robot. For our weakness, we're going to choose Scavengers and Rival Roboticists. So people will see that we're a robot and that we have valuable parts inside of us and they want to exploit us for those parts. My itch is actually going to be different than the one in the theme kit. Instead of become completely self-reliant, because in a way I think we're already self-reliant, I change it to be seek out upgrades. We're always seeking to improve our body, no matter what. The next theme kit I'm choosing is actually in Self, and this will be Kenjutsu. Whether you are in league with spirits of war, admire the samurai of the past, or simply appreciate ancient swordsmanship for its usefulness in close quarter combat, you have chosen to train in one of the schools of Kenjutsu and wield a katana or similar blade on the field. Nevertheless, while your sword fighting is all but theoretical or sentimental, it is swift and deadly. With a sword in hand, you leave a trail of bloody, maimed corpses behind you, making a name for yourself while clearing the path towards your job objective. Kenjutsu will be our first power tag here, but our second will be the Yayato First Strike. Our third will be Dismembering Stroke. I think a combination of both of those will actually give us an edge on our first strike in combat. Our weakness is going to be My Technique Has a Tell, and our identity is Once I draw my sword, I must fight. So there we go, we have a robot sword wielder. But let's take a closer look at the actual sword. Our third theme kit is going to be Laser-Edged Katana. Swordsmithing has moved on to the next level, and Master Weapon Rights have devised highly durable, high-intensity laser emitters that can be embedded inside a blade. Although it is essentially a fancy toy for rich mercs and self-important executives, this katana can indeed cut through almost anything, and it is undeniably impressive. Never mind the heavy battery and potential accidental self-mutilation. Think of the pose you can strike as your enemies enter a dark, smoky room and you light this baby up, only its edge glowing in the dark. It's even color customizable. Our first power tag here is going to be Laser Edged Katana. Our second power tag is going to be Cut Through Almost Anything. And our third will be Sword Fighting Training. Our weakness is going to be Obsessed with the sword. And I think because this sword is very unique, I think that makes sense. Our itch is going to be Cut Everything. Last but not least, but the one theme kit that I actually had the most trouble with for this character is actually the one in which we possess a, robot body. So we already have a robot character who knows Kenjutsu and has a katana, but we never really went to the mystical side. And I actually looked in both books, Metro and Tokyo, to see if there was anything that fits. And the best that I could come up with is Spirit Form. This is an exposure mythos. The power to become ethereal and immaterial is usually reserved only to the kami, and is therefore considered especially awe-inspiring among those in the know. This ability might be granted as a boon to those tasked with serving the kami as messengers, but others might gain it simply by being in close proximity to spirits and their shrines for a long time. Spirit Form will be our first power tag here, but our second is going to be Instant Immateriality. Think of as our spirit actually coming out of the robot body and being able to move around for a limited amount of time. Our third power tag is Communicate with Spirits, and so while we're in this form, we should be able to communicate with other spirits because we are a spirit technically. Our weakness is Stuck in Spirit Form, and our ritual is I must spend a little bit of time each day in spirit form, because naturally we're a spirit who's inhabiting the body of a robot. Let's move on to our loadout. This will be the pieces of equipment that we can take on a job. And this one was actually rather weird for me because I'm already a robot with a really cool katana, and I didn't think there was anything else for us to take. Well, that isn't actually true. There is one aspect of being a robot that I didn't really account for, and that's hacking. And so my 3 pieces of equipment, actually 2, are going to be for that purpose. The first thing that I'm going to take is an integrated console, which I believe is actually in the Metro Otherscape book. I'm taking the weakness tag coveted by others because, remember, once again, people are going to see that we're a robot and we have all this high-tech gear, so they're going to want to take that from us. And we're also going to have top-tier hardware as a feature tag for it. The last piece of gear that we're going to take for our loadout is actually another cyberspace tag, and it's going to be silent running protocols, just to kind of make hacking into various things easier for us. So all that's really left for us is to name our character and figure out our essence special. Our name is actually going to be Akatetsu, which means red steel, which I think is kind of fitting for our character. We're a robot and we have maybe like a red sword or something like that, red katana. Our essence is actually going to be Nexus because we have all three types of themes available to us in our character. You have touched on the full gamut of experiences which living in this age can offer. As such, you adapt to change faster than others. When you next replace a theme, if you're still a Nexus after their transformation, it starts as a full theme, not a nascent one. And that's really all there is for our character, Akatetsu. So to recap, our character concept is a spirit possessing a robot wandering samurai. Our theme kits are synthetic body with endure harm and power other devices with the weakness tag of scavengers and rival roboticists. Our itch is seek out upgrades. Our second theme kit is Kenjutsu with Iado first strike and dismembering stroke with the weakness of my technique has a tell. Our identity is once I draw my sword, I must fight. Our third theme kit is laser-edged katana with cut through almost anything with sword fighting training with a weakness tag of obsessed with the sword and an itch of cut everything. And our last theme kit is spirit form with instant immateriality and communicate with spirits as our power tags, and our weakness tag is stuck in spirit form. Our ritual is I must spend a little bit of time each day in spirit form. Well, that's going to do it for this video. I really hope that you enjoyed this one. And I have a question for you. If you've been watching my previous character creation videos for the Otherscape series, which one was your favorite? Which one would you like to see in a solo actual play? Feel free to leave a comment down below. Give this video a huge thumbs up though if you support the series, and I will see you guys in the next video.